Maps I find interesting. The population of Bangladesh is equal to the population of Russia plus Kazakhstan plus Mongolia plus Estonia plus Latvia. Oh my god, and look at the size of Bangladesh in comparison. I know obviously Russia isn't actually as big as that, but if I go on the truesize.com, I can grab Bangladesh and we can see that it is still quite a lot smaller than Russia. American fast food chains in Europe. So KFC's in every country other than, what's that? Is that Bosnia and Herzegovina? I think it is. And they're not in Norway or Finland either. Why are they not in Norway or Finland? The reason KFC has no presence in Norway is because the fast food market is highly competitive and launching a new brand costs a lot of money. Fair enough. McDonald's are basically everywhere. Subway aren't yet in these very eastern countries. We got, what, Belarus and Ukraine? Burger King and Domino's, quite similar amount of countries. Taco Bell and Dunkin'. I have never been to a Dunkin' or a Taco Bell, but apparently they are both in the UK. But I'm guessing by UK it means they're in London, kind of like Mr. Beast Burger. What's consumed more per capita, butter or olive oil? So butter in all these places, and then it's suddenly in like Spain and Italy, it switches to olive oil. That makes sense, that's kind of cool. The easternmost point of Brazil is closer to Africa than its own westernmost point. Wow, Brazil is ginormous. In fact, let's have a proper look at Brazil. Here we go. Right, we're going to compare Brazil to Europe. Oh, oh my god. It absolutely swamps it. Jeez. Okay, how big's Brazil in comparison to the United States? Shouldn't change too much, because we're not that far from the equator. It's about the same size as the US. What about Africa? I bet it goes a bit smaller. Yeah, it does. Brazil is ginormous. We head up here. Oh my god. World map made by Turkish workers. That is pretty impressive, you know. They even included New Zealand. Bet it was gutting when they did such a good job of South America. And by the time they got to Europe, they realised the wall wasn't quite in the right state. But they'd already absolutely nailed Australia and South America. So they got to just do it anyway and hope for the best. Without touching a single piece of land, it's possible to sail from Zeebrugge in Belgium to Antarctica in a completely straight line. Look at that. You just tip past Greenland. Yeah, look at that. 40,000 likes and I'll do it. Size comparison of Vietnam with the eastern United States. That is pretty mad because Vietnam's just not notable when you look at a map. But if we grab hold of it, you can see by the time you get to the US, it does stretch from top to bottom. Let's go North Pole, see what happens. Whoa! Oh my god. I want to grab Trinidad and Tobago. How does Trinidad and Tobago compare to my house? Probably shouldn't show that. We'll go to one of my old houses. Wait, I know what I want to do. I want to grab the smallest country, which I think is the Vatican. Oh my god, look at the... What? Oh my Christ. Right, we're grabbing the Vatican and we're taking it to my house. Maybe I shouldn't take it to my exact house. That's a bit of a dodgy one. I'll take it to a house I used to live in. I want to see, is my old house bigger than the Vatican?
8 hours later.
Right, I used to live here. This was my house. I think it was that one. Oh, to be fair, yeah, it does fill the whole terrace. The Vatican is the size of 3 Biddleston Roads. Most common surname in each state. Smith really dominating there. And then we've got Garcia. Lee for Hawaii. Fair enough. Johnson up top. And then Williams. Interesting. Other ways of saying you have to take a shit. I disagree with this one right off the bat because we don't say taking a dump in the UK. I would generally say I'm going to the toilet. But I suppose I would say having a poo. If it came down to it. Depositing a maggot, emptying the fuel tank, putting meatballs in that. They're taking the mic. Which city are you most ashamed of? UK picked Slough. That's so mean. Yeah, fair. France population density map. So basically everyone's in Paris and then there's just a little dips here and there. These population density maps are really cool to look at. There's a really good one I've seen around the Nile. I wasn't in the Nile when I saw it. It's a picture of the Nile. So yeah, this is the population density of Egypt. So this whole thing's Egypt, but you can see basically everyone lives along this red squiggly line. And that is because that's where the Nile is. And people just set up their houses next to the Nile. I just think that looks absolutely crazy. The Haihe Tengchong line. Sure, I did not nail that. 94% of China's population lives to the right of this line. Well, that is crazy. The traffic could be really good on this side. Aldi North versus Aldi South. I don't understand this one. So they're different logos, but are they actually different companies? They are actually technically different companies. The two brothers that owned Aldi split into two businesses in 1961. The brothers also chose to divide the world so that Aldi Australia, UK and China are all Aldi Sud and Aldi France, Denmark and Poland are Aldi Nord. Both Aldis coexist peacefully here in the US, though. That's very interesting, that one. Countries that have been under European control. So basically everywhere has been colonized by Europe. I thought that Ethiopia never got colonized, though. Oh, it looks like it depends how you define colonized. Either way, this map is depressing, and our ancestors should be ashamed of themselves. Map of the world around 65,000 years ago. Let's enhance that one. Well, where are we? Is that us? Is that the UK? Or could we be this big fella here? I don't know. Africa looks pretty much the same. Look at Madagascar. Didn't realise how ginormous Madagascar was, by the way. Let's get back on the true size. For some reason, I always thought that Madagascar was about the same size as the United Kingdom. But if we grab hold of it, here it is, and then we drag it over... Oh, it's got quite the edge on us. It's bigger than Norway. It's about the same size as Sweden. It's quite a bit bigger than Finland. Whack it over Greenland. Whoa, not as big as Greenland. Yeah, I don't know why I ever considered Madagascar small. I could swim from the UK to the US. The British Virgin Islands and the US Virgin Islands are about a kilometre away from each other at their closest distance. 20,000 likes and I'll swim it. Oh, I should... Oh, 1 million. I would drown. The known world during Jesus' crucifixion. I don't really know much history about this other than obviously the Roman Empire was doing a thing. Oh, we're at an angle. Look at that. So Roman Empire has obviously got full control of the Mediterranean. So are the white areas just not really discovered or mapped out at this point in time? Basically, it was just all going on in Asia, wasn't it? And they were just way further ahead than everyone that's over here. Absolutely amazing. I definitely need to learn some more history stuff. Most oddly named towns in each US state. Ah, this is a good one. So in Oregon, they've got a place called Big Bottom. Boring, Mormon Bar, Jackpot Nibley, Parachute Pie Town, Ding Dong! You want to go to Ding Dong, Texas. That's amazing. There's literally a place called Santa Claus in... Is that Indiana? I think it is. Little Canada. That's pretty cute. Bald Head. Satan's Kingdom. Oh, these are unreal. Let's look at some ones for the UK. Here we go. Strengal Willy. Wetwang. I think I've driven through Wetwang before. Pity Me is just not weird at all to me because it's so close to where I grew up that I've just always been familiar with the name. But I always see it on these maps. People only mum and dad go to the Pity Me Garden Centre. I've been to the Pity Me Garden Centre. I had a delightful scone once. Here we've got Penistone in the UK, known by the locals as Pennystone. I've driven through there quite a bit as well because it's just quite near to us. Did a GeoGuessr video in Penistone once. Got a lot of angry Penistone viewers in the comments. What if sea level decreased by 1 kilometre? That has really opened things up for us. I'm trying to work out exactly where the UK would be. Is it like around here? We could build a little bridge and then walk to Greenland and Canada. Take a while. We'll get the train. Earth, but the other way around. They've literally just flipped it and it looks absolutely mad. Look at Africa. There's something so weird about Africa that way around. It looks like there's just so much more land. I don't know why. Oh man, this is so sad, this one. Countries that hosted zoos for humans. People that were in the zoos. Africans, Native Americans, Polynesians, Koreans, Chinese, Arabs. Human zoos were public displays of people. Oh my god. Only 11 countries did it. UK being one. Absolutely outrageous. I just don't understand why more people didn't question stuff earlier, you know? A map of Dunder Mifflin Scranton. You're welcome. That's a nice one to end on. Okay, so entrances here. We've got Pam's desk. We've got Jim and Dwight's little desks. Michael's office, conference room. It's actually quite satisfying to be able to see the whole thing put into one. This is from The Office, by the way. Quite a disappointing ending to this video if you're not familiar with The Office. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this. Thought I'd mix things up a bit. I'll leave a link to the subreddit that I used in the description as well.